All right, well, pretty sure my desktop is dead. I figured since it's been a shitty day, might as well do my first ever live to nobody who's watching. But if you happen to come to this late, I will throw in tags below to help you figure out where we are in this thing. But essentially, the No Fate channel checking in and my Frankenstein computer that I built myself from spare parts on eBay and Facebook, pretty sure is dead. I mean, I try to resuscitate some serious life into it, but all accounts, it is kaput. So just a bit of a backstory. A couple years ago, I put a ton of effort and time into just buying a whole bunch of random parts on eBay and Craigslist and put it all together, and everything from Windows, just from scratch, from the bottom up, and built this Frankenstein computer that was the love of my life. I even went so far as to, paint the sides and, really do up this computer to make it my own, add the stickers and everything. So, yeah, it sucks. In terms of how it happened, I was just using it. I went to go render video like I do for YouTube, and next thing I know, I just left the room. So for those of you who do rendering, you probably realize, you hit the render button, you close all non-essential applications down just to kind of help improve the performance of the rendering, and you just leave the room for like 30 minutes to an hour. At least I do in my case, because I render in 4K. And came back, and I thought there was a power outage because we've got some high wind, and I thought there was a power outage because the computer was off. And lo and behold, it was not. So first thing I tried was a different plug. I tried a different outlet. I even tried a different cable to the PSU. Then I thought the PSU might be bad because I bought this PSU a year ago. That was the last time my computer had issues. It was the PSU, the power supply unit. So as a troubleshooting device, I went out and just plugged in a paper clip, a snapped off paper clip into the PSU. Shout out to 5 Minute Sups. He actually gave me the idea. I didn't know you could do that. I shoved the paper clip into the PSU, and it did power up, which meant it's not the PSU. So then I went about checking the RAM. So I pulled all of the RAM out and then checked each individual RAM individually, and then in not only the different RAM, but different slots as well. Nothing. I am getting a light on the motherboard, but I'm not getting any beeps in terms of errors that it might be. And typically you're supposed to get beeps. I don't know why I'm not getting any beeps, but every time I go to hit the power button, the fan that was in here that I've since taken off tries to kind of turn over, like it gives like maybe like a quarter turn, and then shuts off. So I even went as far as to change out the CPU, thinking it might be the CPU, even though as unlikely as that sounds, and no such luck. So, I mean, all signs point to the motherboard, and I built this thing for like originally at the time $650, maybe a little bit less. I can't remember. It's $625, $650, and I put a couple pieces into it in terms of like the hard drives and the new PSU. That was like a year and a half later, and I don't even know if it's worth bringing to someone to troubleshoot because it's a very old motherboard and CPU. Even though it is like 8 core, I think it's 8 core. It's a pretty beefy core for the motherboard. It's actually the strongest CPU that motherboard will handle. The architecture of the motherboard doesn't allow it to take any new CPUs. So if it is the motherboard, I'd have to try to continue with the old legacy equipment and put a new motherboard in, or just move forward with a new computer entirely. Don't necessarily know what to do, but I don't think financially it makes sense to try to get this thing troubleshooted just to prove that it's the motherboard and then go get a new motherboard. The only other thing that it could be, at least in theory, is that it could be the graphics card. My only thought was that if it is the graphics card, then at least the motherboard would boot, and I'd have some turnover on the motherboard, and the graphics card itself wouldn't show an image on the computers, and the graphics card itself wouldn't work, but the actual motherboard would boot up. So again, graphics card is used, as you would imagine, bought off of, yep, you guessed it, eBay, but don't know what to do. Especially where I had about 15 videos that needed to be edited and a lot more in queue. This thing was really the workhorse of my YouTube channel with regards to actually rendering the videos. I think, yeah, I don't know, man. It's really sad because I put this thing together and I really beefed it up and put a lot of effort into it. And to try to put a new one together was something that I'm not really excited to do. There was a lot of effort and energy that went into this one. And frankly, I just don't have the time or the level of excitement and commitment I would to a new computer. The only thing I don't like about this is the actual case, which stinks because that's probably one of the easiest things to salvage from computer to computer is the case. I don't know what I'll do. If you guys have any ideas and you're watching this after the fact, please drop it in the comments below. There's a number of great parts on this computer. Even though there's a lot of ancient legacy architecture, there is a lot of good parts with regards to, you know, the Cool Master fan. I had a 32 gigabytes of RAM, which unfortunately I don't think is going to actually go to a new computer just based on the type of RAM that it is. So what would you do? Let me know. Would you get a new computer? Would you attempt to fix this computer? Would you try to build your own computer? I don't necessarily know if I want to be in a rush to try to get something so that I can edit videos. I think my immediate step in terms of trying to keep the YouTube channel going, this channel moving forward with regards to content and videos and getting reviews out that I enjoy doing, is going to be to get whatever attachment I need in order to pull the data from the current hard drives. I actually have 4 hard drives in here, and pull that data and try to edit on my laptop, even if I have to edit at a lower setting. Edit on my laptop in order to just get by and make it work. That's what I'm thinking at the moment. At least that would buy me a few weeks. If that would work, that would buy me a few weeks to make the right decision with the computer. I'm probably leaning towards buying a computer. So if you guys or girls know the best place to buy a higher end computer, not necessarily higher end, this is legacy, so it doesn't have to be higher end, just probably anything new and anything with a good CPU is probably going to get the job done. Frankly, almost all the new CPUs now that are coming out are better than the one that I had. Even though this had multiple cores, I think the clock speed is going to be a lot faster. I know the clock speed is going to be a ton faster than what I've got here, just based on the real movement of AMD in the past couple years in terms of what they've been putting out, and then Intel trying to catch up. Just in terms of competition levels high, means you get a lot more for your money, at least back before this thing is done. Yeah, I was running an AMD Phenom 2 quad-core 910 2010 versions, right? So this is a 10-year, the older one was a 10-year-old CPU, and then I upgraded. It was just as old, but it was a better CPU. You got, I'll try to link in the description. I'll actually link the video. It's a lot less depressing of a video of when I actually put this together. A lot less depressing. Probably not as good quality of video, but a lot happier, especially because it turned on and worked. Yeah, this is absolutely a kick in the pants, and I don't know what to do. I'm a little upset, obviously. Even the live's not going that well. I got 0 people who joined my live. Yep, don't blame them. Yep, don't blame them. Yeah, maybe get a new computer and then try to salvage some of these parts for resale. I don't know, either save them or salvage them, but I mean, a lot of this stuff is just garbage. But there's definitely stuff that could get salvaged by way of a lot of the fans. Well, listen, this this has probably been my most depressing video that I've put out. Hopefully we can catch up on a happier note in the comments. So definitely, if you come into this video later, um, hit the comment, drop a comment, give me a suggestion, give me any useful information you have regarding computers, or give me your thoughts with regards to kind of moving the channel forward, because at the moment I've got like, let's say 7 videos that are uploaded, done, and just need to be scheduled. And then it is gonna be a desert when it comes to actual content. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. I'm interested in hearing it. As usual, if you came this far in the video, give this video a like. Hit that subscribe button. The rest of my videos are not nearly as depressing as this one. And don't save anything for the trip back.